Tiggy.
I've never, we've never fought. I've definitely never said, we were never.
I'm a thirsty hoe today.
Don't be greedy.
Reese's Man at Hershey Park is magic. He's a magician. He just pops up wherever he wants. I was like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
All right.
Yeah, I only got 2 questions. One of them was from a cat.
Slothy.
I had a dream he came off my wall, and but he was still just paint. So he was really thin, and he was killing everyone.
Woo. Welcome to the second edition of the quarantine edition of Dan and Sand.
Coronavirus!
As promised, we are going to do a Q&A, get to know us type of thing. Our first video was doing this. We were answering questions about ourselves, and then a couple months ago I noticed the video got taken down, but I don't know why. This is going to be a throwback to our first ever video. We're going to answer some questions. We posted on our Instagram. We were overwhelmed by the number of people that sent us answers.
We even got a cat asking a question.
And the people who did send us questions, you know who you are. We appreciate you. Why did we just do that at the same time? So our first question is meow with 3 W's.
Meow. And I didn't know how to answer the question, so I asked Booger the question, and he went, meow.
If I ask Tiki, she'll go, meow. She does that kind of meow. She's weird.
And then go into the sink.
Yeah, she loves to lick the faucet.
She's like...
That's exactly... Okay.
And they don't care. They don't care.
Our second question is, where did you meet? So, we met at a place of work.
Place of work with Agua. We were not friends at first.
I started working there my senior year of high school. I went away to school the following year. When I came back for the summer and then decided not to go back to school, Sydney had started working there. I don't know. I don't remember talking to her at all during the summer. I probably thought she was weird.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it was, because I would say hi to you real quick or something, and you'd be like, hello.
I was in a weird place that summer, so I probably had a bunch of chips on my shoulder. Probably didn't like anyone, to be honest. Well,
but then we became friends in the lifeguarding course because I wasn't friends with anyone, and the last 2, and then we had our little baby.
And had to practice all the saves with each other. I have a scar on my foot because the pool was 4 feet deep and I had to go do this twisty move and I scraped my foot. But I saved Sydney, so that's all that matters.
No, you didn't save me. You dropped me because you scratched your foot.
It would be the first time, but not the last time that I left you in the water.
Yes, it would be, because you left me in the ocean.
You had a man there to help you. I had to worry about myself.
I know. I got stuck and I had to use that gross rope with all the seaweed.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore, but we're still friends because the job only led us to each other, but we were destined to be friends. So fun.
But yeah, that's the tea, and everybody knows if Dan and I were compatible in our love life, we would be married, even though we would probably kill each other, but we would be married. And that's the tea.
We would have a fiery relationship.
We would be reality TV stars with our relationship.
Yes.
Or reality TV producers, if you're watching this on our Zoom call, please give Dan a call.
So the next questions we're going to answer they're important. So if you know Cindy and I, we love burritos. But this question is, what is your favorite non-burrito restaurant?
We went to this mall that had all these different restaurants. They had Chick-fil-A, they had a mashed potato place, and where did we wind up?
We have none of those close by.
Yeah, so we drove. We went on a drive. And none of these are near us. And where did we wind up? Chipotle! I think if we're going fast food, mine would be Subway. But if it was a regular restaurant, I think Hendrickson's and Bayonne because they have the best French onion soup.
But my favorite restaurant, there's this one by our house. It's called Polo's. They always have good food. They have good drinks. Caleb hates it, so I think that makes me like it a little bit more.
Why does Caleb hate it? I like it. We've been there together.
His nickname is Goldie Sucks. I love pizza. We got buffalo chicken pizza. You know what? Pizza restaurants are good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as it's New Jersey pizza, we're good.
Delicious. Exactly. Or that really good Chinese place down the shore that we'll never find again.
Yeah,
because
we just randomly found it, but it was so good. So that also goes along with our favorite non-burrito meal, which I love pizza. I love hamburgers. I love pizza. Wait, did I already say pizza? I mean, I love pasta. I'm Italian, if you couldn't tell.
Italiano.
I mean, I like fried rice. I used to be obsessed with meatloaf, and I love a good meatloaf. You don't like meatloaf?
I've had it once, and like it makes me uncomfortable.
I love meatloaf. I used to always make the sauce for the meatloaf. Oh, it's so good. It's the best. I love it.
Like, I don't know. It looks like bread, but it's not.
Well, it is a loaf.
Probably mashed potatoes, pasta. I'm not Italiano, but like pasta. Sweet and sour chicken and lo mein, veggie or plain. French onion soup, mac and cheese. What other foods do I like besides burritos? That's about it. Dan's on here. Salad. Say hi. Salad is not my favorite. I prefer carbs.
Mood.
We're recording our video. Jenna just rolled her eyes at us.
Rude.
Oh, she said I rolled them at you, not at us. Well, that's a piece, so.
So, this next question. If you could be a bird, what would you be? I've never thought about that. I feel like being a flamingo would be cool because they stand weird.
I think I want to be a toucan because I like that their beak is like as big as their body pretty much, and they like Fruit Loops. So I think I would be a toucan because I feel like if another animal or bird was bothering me, I'd just be like, BOOM! With my beak, and then everyone would be like, they would just look at me. And I feel like they talk a lot, so I do that, and they have big beaks, and I have a big mouth. So I feel like I would be a toucan. Oh my gosh, we would be bird friends because we're both tropical birds.
Yes, that's it. It was meant to be. This next question is my favorite question ever. What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go? I would tell him God bless him and to work on his spelling.
What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go? I tell him God bless him and to keep working on vocabulary.
What is your type?
We're going off history. It's not very good. However,
to say the least.
So my type went from a very short, nerdy type who was not nice to a little bit older than me.
Just
and
a little bit older.
A little bit. And then to a sports player nerd who, but now it's a chef. Because he is a listener, not a talker, so.
Perfect for you.
Exactly! He lets me talk for like an hour straight. So what's your type, Dan?
I don't really have a type. My type is hockey players.
Yep, that's what I was thinking for you,
tall,
too.
Athletic, attractive. I would love me a hockey player. You know, it really just comes down to personality.
No, like, seriously, though, it does, because, like, some of my past people are not lookers, but clearly my personality wasn't great either.
Okay.
But now my new man, he's pretty good.
I don't know this man, so I still don't approve, but meanwhile, I have no one. So, this next question is a tough one, but I think it's more directed for me. Who is your favorite brother-in-law? I only have one option for this. His name is Phil.
He likes to golf.
Likes to golf.
You better watch out, because I'm always ready to swing.
He's from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania! Also, I'm taking Phil as my honorary brother-in-law because I have no siblings, so I will never have a brother or sister-in-law.
You're
I don't
basically
think,
part of the family, so.
yeah. So Phil, you are my favorite brother-in-law too.
So I wonder who asked that question.
I don't know.
And this same person asked another question. Favorite memory from the wedding of the century? And by that,
Ooh.
it means my sister and Phil's wedding this past October. It's really hard to say a favorite memory of the wedding because the entire wedding is like my favorite memory ever, like favorite
Yeah.
day of my life. The whole time I was happy. Couldn't tell because I was crying a lot.
Yeah. And every time he would cry, I would cry, and I was like, "Stop it!" I think my favorite part, dancing with you, was
Yeah.
literally, that was so fun. It was
I-
just so fun. And then your speech for Juliana and Phil.
Yeah,
I was crying, and then just to like see Juliana walk down the aisle and to see your reaction and Phil's reaction, like I was just crying. I was crying the whole time, and it was just great. It was just overall a great wedding, and I
Yeah.
don't think any wedding's gonna top it.
Yeah. Got ready with all the girls because obviously I was the man of honor. So I didn't have to get my hair done or my makeup done. I just had to get my clothes on. So we went there pretty early, and I just it was nice to just kind of talk to everyone. I made a bunch of mimosas, so that was nice. The ceremony was, it was beautiful. It was the most beautiful thing ever. It was
Well, I
really.
was a little scared of the golfers, like down the hill.
I was gonna get hit by a golf ball.
I know, and I like kept looking over because I was like, I'm like on the end, and like with my luck, that would happen to me, and especially at Juliana and Phil's wedding. So I was like, no, I'm not letting this happen. I'll catch it.
All the speeches, I knew I was going to cry, but it was still embarrassing. But it was nice to hear all the other speeches, especially my dad's. I think my dad's was definitely the most emotional speech. And obviously, I had fun dancing. I had a lot of drinks in me, obviously, so I was having a good time. I enjoyed celebrating them because
I definitely did that too because they're definitely like my favorite couple together.
What are your hobbies / quarantine hobbies? I don't think people think of watching TV as a hobby, but I am very into TV. I watch a lot of TV, and I just get very into it, and I get passionate about like just the characters and the plot lines, whatever. Especially reality TV. Don't get me started. I like to read and write. I like to take my dogs for walks. My dog for walks. I only have one dog. My dog. I like to take Maya for walks, and I like to like listen to a podcast or something during it. I'll listen to like hockey podcasts, like New York Rangers podcasts. There's I listen to podcasts about the Challenge because it's my favorite reality show. Or there's this one podcast, and that's why we drink. One of them tells a paranormal story, and then one of them tells a true crime. So it's like the best of both worlds, and it's very entertaining. It's like the perfect Sydney podcast because it's spooky stuff, like paranormal stuff, and then killers.
Yeah, so literally like my favorite things. Well, I paint a lot. I've been painting a lot more in quarantine, hence my literal room. I've been doing hair wraps. Can't really see them because they're in my bun. But I also knit a lot, but I haven't knitted all quarantine. I've been playing Mario Party a lot too. I've been planting plants. Tonight I'm planting more seeds and tie-dyeing after dinner. So just really like a lot of craft.
I guess you could say this is a hobby, making YouTube videos.
Yeah, this is our hobby. Oh, and I've been making a lot of TikToks.
True.
Dan's my #1 fan. I'm now at 406 followers. I'm very excited.
I'm renaming myself to Dan.
How can I rename myself? Mine's not popping up, so I'll just be my name. Now you know my last name, people. Don't stalk me. No, I'm kidding. Go for it. I don't care.
The next bunch of questions have to do specifically with us and our friendship.
Woo!
So this question is, what made you guys besties? So we kind of answered that before as we were forced into this lifeguarding partnership. I knew everyone else in the course pretty much because I had already worked with them.
Mm-hmm.
But like we just had fun and we didn't care. We bonded over. So we were in groups of 3 for like the final test. I when you're like the victim, you try to help the people that are doing the save out so that everyone can pass the test. This person was a literal dead weight.
Like, and he made it so, like, he would not move, like, his arms were stiff, he was the worst.
He, like, actively did the opposite and made things harder than they needed to be. And it was
literally the worst
so
person.
Frustrating. And I think we bonded over that.
But no, we definitely bonded over that, but I don't think we had, like, a specific time where we were like, no, we're best friends.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was just such a natural, like, click that we were just like, no, like, we're stuck with each other forever. But
because it started off with that, and then throughout the year we just had a lot of shifts together. And then by the time the next summer came around, that's when we actually started, like, hanging out outside of work. Like, we went to the beach, we would go bowling.
A nice organic, every time I say organic, I think of vegetables. So a nice cucumber way.
It was natural.
During the time, like, when we were working together, like, people were definitely, like, a little jealous of our relationship because, like, Dan became my higher up, like, on Saturdays, and I would be in the pool for 6 hours, and I would try and talk to him, and he would yell at me and tell me to get back to work. But, like, I feel like people were just a little, like, taken back because we are both such strong personalities. I don't think they thought we would mesh, but then, like, we did. People definitely still, today, bring it up at work, and I'm like,
they can't keep my name out of their mouths.
They can't.
Yeah, the thing is, like, at work, I was definitely friends with everyone. I mean, there were definitely people I didn't like, but I got along with everyone, and I was definitely friendly with everyone. But it became obvious that we were friends, and then I was a manager on duty, so I had a lot of, supervisor roles. I was definitely, like, I made an effort to be more managerial with Sydney so that people couldn't say I was favoring anyone. Yes, we can have fun, we can talk, we can do that stuff, but at the end of the day, like, we were there for a job. So I think that kind of also helped us get closer because we, like, were able to separate work and play without sounding weird.
And the eye candy we bonded over, too.
Some nice dads. So how are we alike and how are we different? I don't think we could be more different, yet more the same.
I was just going to say, I think we're more different than we are alike.
But, like, we're also so similar.
I don't know. When meeting people, you're, like, more reserved, where I'm just like, you know what, hello, this is me, accept me for me, or goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
Sydney is
I don't really care.
Like, we're similar in the way that we speak our mind. We, you'll know what we think, and we will...
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk that, but, like, it's the way we approach it. Sydney can talk to anyone about anything forever. So, but for me, like, I warm up pretty quickly, but I do have a period where it's, like, I'm very held back. I like to, like, observe a little bit and kind of get, like, an idea of someone. But then as soon as I feel comfortable with you, you'd think I've known you for forever.
Because we are pretty similar, but, like, it's not like we're different to where it's, like, I don't know. It's not like we're polar opposites, but, like, just, like, nitpicky things that are, like, different.
It's like a balance.
I think we really balance each other out.
We're both very open-minded.
Yes. Yes, we are. Because if we were not, I do not think we would be friends. Because you would be like, what are you doing? And I would be like, what are you doing? We also don't like the same people pretty much, so.
Where do you see your friendship in 10 years?
Well, I'm hoping I'll be married by then. So I definitely see, I don't think I can live far away from you. I really don't. So I definitely see us, like, hanging out, like, every month still and, like, going out for burritos or... Sorry about the earthquake that just occurred. Or, like, obviously coffee and stuff, too. And I'm hoping I'll have kids by 30. So then you're definitely going to be, like, the best uncle. And you will be the godfather of my first child. So I see us in our nice houses, you with a cutie booty, and me hopefully with a cutie booty and not a troll. But
hopefully.
With our kiddos. I'm sure you'll have kiddos by that time, too. And then they'll be besties. Just like us.
These questions are always, like I understand why they're a question, and, like, but I don't like them because...
Life's crazy.
I can't predict the future, and...
Exactly.
I think with anxiety, it's always you're anxious because you're thinking about the future. So I try not to think about the future too much because it makes me anxious. But you also have to balance it with, like, you have to be able to plan ahead. But
Yeah.
if you get too stuck in a plan, it's like, and it doesn't work
Exactly.
out because it's not going to work out, then it's like devastating. I don't know where I'm going to be when I graduate at the end of the summer. Like, I can't even think that far ahead. But
I know.
I think, like, even if we didn't live near each other, it wouldn't be a problem because
Yeah, I don't
we'd
think there'd be a
manage.
problem.
So I think even in 10 years, it's like, it doesn't matter. Obviously, it would be nice to be closer, but
You cannot get rid of me that easily. But no, definitely in 10 years, I know we'll still be best friends. Like, there's no doubt in my mind because we've been through a lot together,
yeah.
to say the least. Like, you're stuck with me. I'm like a barnacle.
That's the...
Like, I do not know how I functioned without you. Like, I don't.
I don't know how you did either, because...
Really? Like, I don't. Like, in 10 years, Dan and San, we will have a fabulous YouTube channel. Everybody will know us. We'll be traveling to Japan and everywhere.
Yes, exactly. That would be nice. What is your favorite story together? So there's a lot of those.
Definitely making margaritas with Juliana and Phil, because that was the first
bring that
time
up.
I really met them. And I also think, even though it was one of the most traumatic nights of my life, the 4th of July, just when we were playing beer pong and stuff, because, like, it was like nobody else, like, was there. Like, we were just having so much fun.
Even in general, we just, like, we weren't caring. We were just doing our thing. And
Yeah.
having a good time. It didn't matter who else was around watching us. Like, we were just having fun.
Yeah, and, like, that was one of, like, the best memories that turned into the worst memory, but then turned into a really good memory because, like, that night was one of the worst nights of my life. But then, like, it just also, I feel like it furthered our friendship because I always knew you were there for me too, but, like, you were definitely my rock. Like, and you still are. Like, I don't know what I would have done that night if you weren't there. I literally would have been sleeping, like...
I don't know how I figured things out. So, long story short, after everything happened, we needed a place to sleep that wasn't my car.
Yep.
I somehow managed to get us a motel.
But at like 3 in the morning.
I still get emails from, like, Expedia, because I somehow did it through Expedia. But every time I get an email, it says Dan Lipo, because I spelled my last name wrong.
I'm forever grateful for that. And, like, I just like how wherever we are, especially at bowling, too, like, wherever we are, like, we're just us.
Yeah, that's what
like,
I was going to say. Like,
what other people think.
It doesn't matter what we're doing. Like, all of our memories, like, happen because we just have a good time.
But what is your favorite memory?
Well, my first thought was margarita night. We had a tradition of Sydney coming over Friday nights, and then one time she was over, the rest of my family was gone, and Juliana and Phil actually came home for the weekend. We were making margaritas, and I just remember at one point, I was in the family room with Phil. Juliana and Sydney were in the kitchen making margaritas, and I just remember I was talking to Phil, and we were in a deep conversation, which was nice because it was me bonding with him more. And then I could hear Juliana and Sydney talking, and I knew that they were bonding, which was important to me because my sister is the most important person in my life, and Sydney is my best friend, so it was nice. And then, once all those conversations wound down, we walked into the kitchen to have our margaritas, and if this is the glass, it was this much margarita mix and this much tequila, and that's where everything went wrong. But it was, at the end of the day, it was a good time.
It was.
So our last question is, have you ever gotten in a fight?
I don't...
Have I gotten... I would like to fight some people, but I don't think we've ever gotten in a fight.
I don't think so. I think it was just, like, there was really high tension at one point, and, like, we both weren't ourselves, and, like, we both kind of, like, said it, and then we were like, I'm sorry for, like, I definitely said I'm sorry for not being there for you, but then I, like, kind of explained how I was, like, literally in, like, a crazy spot, too. So I think that was it, but I don't think it was a fight. Like, we just kind of, because, I don't know, I feel like we don't want to, like, let something petty like that, which I don't think it would ruin our friendship, so we just kind of talk it out.
Yeah, I've definitely had moments where I've gotten annoyed.
Yep.
Or that happens
Yeah.
with everyone. And
Yeah.
sometimes I take some time to just figure it out.
It's just like, and it's our personalities too. So like, then we always apologize and then we make up. Like, it's not like we're like, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Blah blah blah. Like, we make up.
We're petty,
Oh
and so
yeah.
we get bothered by petty things, but then we also don't want someone mad at us. We don't want to be upset about things, so it's like
Mhm.
we figure it out.
Yeah, like we like tea when other people are fighting.
Yes.
Like, we like to find the tea that we're not really involved in, so we can like be little like outsiders and be like, oh, did you hear this? Blah blah blah. But like when we're in it, we're like, high five. Boop.
That's all the questions we got from all our fans on Instagram.
All our
An
fans.
overwhelming amount.